watching the weather in Troon, Scotland,
Mm-hmm.
and watching Xander Schauffele and what he did to win the British Open. What a spectacular group of hours it was to see what he accomplished, and
Mm-hmm.
John, to see what happened to everybody else that was chasing him. I tried to come up with a word to describe what we saw. And I couldn't come up with a right adjective adverb to describe it. So you're the smart guy in the room. Give me a word to describe what that kid, it's not a kid anymore, what that San Diegan, what that Aztec accomplished at the Open.
I was getting Tiger Wood vibes. I mean, because he went into two of these majors this year. He's finally arisen because he's been on the edge of being one of the top golfers in the PGA. What a run for Aztec for life, Xander Schauffele.
I'm going to use the word because I think it's arrived. I think he's a superstar.
No doubt.
I mean, he had won tournaments prior. He had been on the periphery of accomplishing something in the most important tournaments, hadn't gotten there till he got here with the PGA Championships. And then what he did Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday was just spectacular. He's got ice water in his veins. There were 8 golfers separated by 2 shots at the turn in the final round yesterday. 8. And they were all chasing him. And he ripped off birdies. Birdied 11, birdied 13, 14, 16. Stayed out of bunkers. He stayed out of the high grass. He got lucky bounces along the way. He did not self-destruct Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and the weather. I love that type of weather. I love Scotland's weather. That weather was miserable for the golfers. Dude shot a 65 on the final day. He finishes at a -9, and he did that with everybody chasing him. There was a confidence. There was a calmness. There was a maturity to fight off every one of those guys that made runs at him. And maybe he didn't pay attention to the leaderboard. Maybe he wasn't looking over his shoulder. He did say in the post-tournament golf conversations with the global media what he learned at the PGA Championships about the pressure of trying to win a Grand Slam helped him a great deal. There was just a calm about him in his game, especially on the final 9 holes when he reeled off all those birdies. And then prior to that, there was just a focus despite everything that was happening with the weather. And the weather just got worse and worse Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I mean, this guy came together. And I don't think this is a once-in-a-lifetime weekend. I think if he can continue to play with that level of focus, that level of intensity, and the ability to make every conceivable shot possible, like I said, my word of the day on Sesame Street is superstar.
Yeah, he's definitely arrived. The first half before the turn on Sunday, he missed a couple of birdie putts just by millimeters. So that lead that he had could have been even greater. But I just love seeing the local boy doing good here, San Diego, Scripps Ranch, Aztec for life. But the other part about this tournament that I enjoyed is all the different holes, the railroad track hole, the postage stamp hole, all the weather issues. It just made it like a fun obstacle course.
Oh, it was. And as we marched through, and I watched a lot of this British Open, I probably watched more British Open this weekend than I have in the last group of years. But all I could think about was what you and I talked about Thursday as the first round was beginning. The pothole bunkers, 6 to 8 feet deep. Holy cow. The railway hole, the coffin hole, the 623-yard mile hole, the rain, the wind, the slog, the slate gray sky. I mean, it was so hard.